Welcome listeners to the Adeptus Terra podcast, the podcast where bolters roar, heresy burns, and the galaxy is forever on the brink of annihilation. Whether you're a battle-hardened veteran of the Long War or a fresh recruit just stepping onto the battlefield, this is your place for all things Warhammer 40k and the Horus Heresy. Each episode we dive into the lore, the tabletop, factions, and the endless conflicts that define the 41st millennium, from the God Emperor's Imperium to the darkest horrors of the war. So steel your resolve, check your dice, and prepare for war. Hello and welcome to Season 4, Episode 5 of the Adeptus Terra podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Neil.
And here we are again. Woohoo! We alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got the echo.
But doesn't this happen and then when we listen to it back, it disappears?
I don't know. We'll check in a second. But yes, welcome to this episode, Episode 5. We have our usual musings and ramblings of the Legion of Three, of what we've been up to, and watching and listening to, and just all the things we've been doing in this last month, as well as our main segment of the episode, which this time around is the conclusion or roundup of our second round, season-long 30k narrative campaign between the Emperor's Children, Blood Angels, and the Mechanicum on the moon of Orlithia. So lots to come on that soon, I guess.
So does that remind you like it does me as the Taylor Swift song? Moon of Orlithia.
Oh,
Ophelia.
No.
No? Neil, doesn't remind you?
I haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
I don't listen to enough Taylor Swift to...
I feel like, Neil, you are a closet Swiftie.
I could see it. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You do find some weird like closet Swifties who are like heavy metal lovers.
Yeah.
And they just go, but
like
Taylor Swift
Neil
is
goes home,
righteous.
opens up his wardrobe, inside are 2 posters of Taylor Swift concerts, some friendship bands that he got from when he went to the concert, like just taped to the inside. And
Secret life.
just as he goes, he sort of does the Pledge of the Swiftie, which is...
Pledge of the Swiftie.
I don't know what that is. I mean,
I was say, what is that?
Just
Sure.
high five Taylor. I don't know.
Sure.
So before we get into our Legion of Three, of course, we have our podcast news. Not much to share other than the usual. We have our next month's Hobby Hangout, which is the 28th of June. From 8 p.m, we put up a Google Meet. There is an advert, and it should be in every episode, so you know by now what we do. Come and hang out with us. The link goes up on our social media. It's a good evening of time to chat about 40k, 30k, life in general. A good group of friends and listeners meet up on that and just have a good time every month. So you are warmly invited to join us. Please do. And other than that, event news. There is some event news. I was going to just say there isn't really any event news, but there is. Event lists are due in on the 14th of June, which sounds very scarily close.
Mm-hmm.
So those that are attending the event, please do stick to that. We will put reminders in the WhatsApp chats that we've got going on. But lists are due in on the 14th of June. A simple text format, please, so they're easy to look over. We're just going to check and make sure everyone's understood the rules and restrictions for the event, and that all lists will be interesting and fun to play for all attendees. It's a narrative event, not a competitive event, and we want to just make sure that that has been thought about in list making. So they are due on the 14th of June, so please do stick to that. Gentlemen, shall we move into what we've been up to? Unless you have any other news that I have forgotten.
Nope. No other news.
Wonderful. Well, what have we been up to then, gentlemen? What have we been doing inside the hobby?
Go on then.
Not a lot.
Got a few bits?
I've got a couple of bits. So I built the 5 missile launchers for the games. So I had them as well.
And they were annoying.
Because we did the 1,500 point games, which was good. other than that, I've only been sort of over the past few months, I've been listening to or re-listening to Heresy.
Oh,
So I started from the beginning.
yes, indeed. Oh, you did mention this a little while ago.
Yes. So I couldn't remember where I'd got up to, but I am over halfway through Legion now.
Such a good book.
In fact, I can't remember how many chapters are in it, but I'm on chapter 9 of part 2. I don't know whereabouts that is.
Yeah.
But
What's happened?
towards the end, because Alfarius has been introduced to Cabal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we are very close.
So it's probably right at the end.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
I love that book.
a good book. Very good book.
I always wanted to do a Solar Auxilia Force
Based around the
with
Geno.
ally of Alpha Legion.
Yeah, based
to-
around the Geno Chiliad.
Yeah. Yeah, Geno 5-2.
5-2.
Yeah. I think is there a podcast or event, guys, that are named after the Geno 5-2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
If they're still going, I'm
pretty
not
sure they were a podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it's been great sort of just re-going through it and going, oh, I don't remember that. I didn't remember that bit.
Yeah.
It's like, I swear this was this. Oh, right, okay, this is why.
Yeah, I think it's nice to retouch on things that are like you've got in your memory, but are so long ago that you're going, did I remember that right? You know,
Yeah.
like the key moments that you're like, oh, I forgot that he parried that blade and sliced in that way, and that was a really cool moment, or
It's like,
things like that.
it's like towards the beginning of Legion, when John's talking to the Cabal, they're saying how they want to save the Emperor
Yeah,
and protect humanity to a certain degree. But obviously that then all gets flipped on its head because of how far advanced things actually are.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
No, we need the Emperor to win and live to protect the galaxy. And then they obviously flip it on its head and we're like, no, actually, we need Horus to win now.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So that the humanity can wipe itself out and chaos can't flourish.
Yeah, and it's for the greater good of the universe.
Greater good.
Sure, these
so.
Cabal aren't just Tau in hoods.
There is a tower in there, isn't there?
Nope.
The Cabal?
No.
Just Eldar.
The Ultramarines hadn't created them yet.
No, exactly.
Oh.
So it's a load of other alien races.
Right.
So yeah,
Cool. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Do you recommend it?
always.
Nice.
It is one of my favourite books, Legion.
It's written by
I
the
think
best
it's
author.
great. I started listening to the Night Lord Primarch book about Kurz. I just found it really hard to get into, and I don't think it was the book. I just don't think I was in the mindset to listen to the book and actually digest what was playing.
Yeah.
I was just doing stuff around the house, and I was like, I have no idea what this guy was waffling on about, so I probably should go back. And then it was like, oh. So I just kind of stopped.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I need to kind of get back into the flow. It's been quite a while since I've read, probably since we finished Siege of Terror. I don't think I've read anything since then.
Blimey. Fair enough.
So, yes, I need to get back on just listening and reading it in general, because I do quite enjoy it. What about you, Sam? Have you been doing much hobby this month?
So I couldn't remember whether or not Saturnines were included last month.
You definitely were building. Maybe you'd started putting the red down.
Yeah, so I looked at my photos to see when I took a photo of them all finished, and it was after the last recording. So
yeah.
my Saturnines are now finished.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty pleased how they came out. My Saturnine Praetor is now finished. Pretty pleased how that one's come out as well. I also painted a laser Vindicator Destroyer in 2 days.
Oh, less than.
Well, less than 2 days.
I think I got it on the Friday
It was painted by Saturday.
and then painted on Saturday.
So it's
For our
like,
game.
It's like 24 hours.
Yeah. Basically, what it just confirms is that building and painting vehicles is really fucking easy.
Yeah. I don't know.
So easy. So easy.
Yeah.
So that was done this month. It was a good kit come together. It reignited my slight hatred for transfers. I feel like they never look how everyone else's look.
Yeah.
A bit like shitty. I need to put a varnish on top of it to see if that kind of. I think what it is it's only prominent because the texture difference of the transfer versus the matte of the armor. So I think once I do a matte varnish over it, it will probably disappear. But my concern of doing a matte varnish over top of an entire model is doing a matte varnish over the top of an entire model. So I don't know if it bothers me that much compared to other stuff. Also, I've been thinking recently about weathering my tanks.
Yeah.
So at the moment, all of them are very clean.
Pristine.
Yeah, so not so much like rust and grime and stuff, but just my Marines are on like grey, black rock, kind of not rubble because it's not like chunks of rock. Like anyway, grey, black rubble. Let's call it that. So I've been looking at pigment powders to be able to do that on the like bottom of the tank, just to add a bit of dust to it. So MIG do one, which I might get. I'm still researching them at the moment, but yeah. So I think I might do those, and that will hopefully give me a bit more sort of depth to it.
It breaks up the red block, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You know, like-
I do a pretty good job of breaking that up already with the highlights that I put on, and then I always do an Agrax Earth Shade, or I used burnt umber ink this time of just like spraying the bottom bit just to give it a bit of a darker color. But I think maybe a lighter grey might be quite good, and just even if it's just on the tank tracks as well, I think would add something to it.
Okay.
So
yeah.
the Laser Vindy, that was done this month. I've been working on some lists to get stuff together for our, like, I'm not really worried about our next ZM campaign.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the final game, and I want to do something cool for the final game. So I'm just working on lists before I go and buy stuff.
All right.
I have been flirting with the idea of picking up some breaches
Yeah.
because they're pretty cool.
I do like breaches.
And picking up some breaches, and then maybe some more melter guns units because they seem pretty good.
Melter is definitely back this edition.
Yeah, and then
get close
missiles.
enough, they just delete anything they're shooting at.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They do.
So
yeah. So been pretty good. Like hobby wise, just kind of painting sporadically. Oh, I also painted up the objectives for this month's campaign.
Oh
so
yeah, you did. Yeah.
The theme from was a prisoners. So Matt's army had taken prisoners at the end of the last section of the campaign. So I painted up the Australian like naked Marines. I don't know how to describe
remember
it.
what they were called.
Literally, they are unarmored Marines, I think is what they call it. So they're in like effectively loincloths.
They basically got loincloths, and all the connection points for the armor on their skin.
Yeah, so I painted them up. I did a zenithal of white and then a dry brush of white over the top. No, I didn't. I just sprayed them black, and then I dry brushed the grey and then the white on. And then I used Guilliman Flesh shade. I don't know what it is. The contrast paint to do the skin, and then like a dark brown for a variation of skin tone. And then I used a wash over the top to add a bit of depth to the muscle groups and stuff. So that was quite good. And then I used contrast red to do the loincloths. I was going to do some purple to sort of have like some for you, because the original mission was only to have 2.
Yeah.
But I just did red because I'm going to use them afterwards, I think.
Yeah. It works, and there's a couple of them that are kind of, because of the way they're situated, you can't really even see that they're in loincloths and things. So it worked. It worked well. Yeah.
So painted those up. That was pretty fun. Nice little palette cleanser. Put it off for a while, and I was like, I need to do it today, so we just did it. And yeah, I guess the only other thing is Ray has been super into painting.
Yes.
Recently.
Yeah.
So we did some, like, I got some old scenery stuff, and she painted some of that purple.
Cool.
So definitely an Emperor's Children, which was slightly worrying. And then I was doing some airbrushing of, it must have been the Laser Vindy at the time, and she came up from her nap while I was airbrushing.
Yeah.
So wanted to have a look at that. Have a go at that. Obviously very aware of the particles of paint and stuff, so I only had a very quick go at sort of just spraying some paint at a board. But she was super into it, so maybe
a future modeler.
Maybe I don't know if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want that for her.
Yeah.
That may not be the life for her. But yeah, so kind of a more relaxed hobby month, I think.
But you've got that benefit of, because we're focusing on this campaign, and your army was a previous army you had.
Yeah.
Other than the few new units you've painted up, you don't really need to do too much.
Nice. This is what it feels like, guys.
Yeah. It would be nice.
It would be nice to have a finished
Joe,
army.
if I'd just done Death Guard, if I'd just done some Death Guard that hated both Horus and the Emperor, it would have still worked, and they're all painted.
That's no fun though, is it?
No.
So I'm thinking I might try and get a unit for the next round and maybe do some Mechanicum. Not Mechanicum, sorry. I could do Mechanicum. Take a Pravian. Yeah. I don't think that'd go well. Take maybe do some breaches. Now we know the shield rule's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's a very nice reaction.
I might take some breaches into the depths of the ZM board.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Baller.
Yeah, I've been kind of just. It feels like I've been hammering stuff out, but I really haven't. I bought some Domitars, which are one of the only kind of Mechanicum. There's probably more, but it's a Mechanicum unit that is still only in like Forge World resin.
Right.
So, but I found them on Heresy Trading on Facebook, and someone was selling 2 for basically the price of 1.
Oh yeah.
It was a little bit more, but I took them down a little bit because I was conscious of budget because they're not cheap. And I picked them up. Now, unfortunately, they did arrive, whether due to packing, shipping, or just they weren't as good as they looked in the photos. Had some issues. We had a couple of arms broken at elbows, feet. Like one of the feet was missing a toe.
Right.
That I definitely could not see from the photo. And there was, and the legs were on backwards.
Huh.
And I was like, which I could see from the photos when I looked, but they looked fine, you know? So I basically pulled apart all the bits that I needed to change. Luckily, they were super glued, obviously, because it's resin and there was no pinning involved or anything.
Fair enough.
So it was easy to pull apart fairly. And I used some plastic bits that I had spare from my Castellax boxes. So I had to use Castellax spare feet that I had and cut off the ball joint on the ankle so they matched up. But other than some readjusting, they went together all right, and that was quite fun. I'm looking forward to using them. They're kind of big bully kind of combat unit.
Yeah.
And they fit Talarion very well. He's just this wimpy Arch-Magos who's got 2 beefy guys to protect him. So I'd quite like to play those at some point. They're all they are painted up, so they'll get. Luckily they're not heavily painted,
right? Okay.
So I can spray over them fine and just start again. So that's good. I magnetized the bases for all my thralls.
Okay.
I did this using the excess sheeting that you get with War Mag magnets.
Right.
So they're obviously all cut out circular that you pop out of their trays. But you have an A5 sheet. Probably not A5, but
A4.
Vague idea. No, they're not that big.
Oh, was I on A4?
They're A4, but they're in 2 halves.
A5, yeah.
So A5. So I just kind of cut as in the bigger areas where there's quite a lot of the magnet sheet. Basically, kind of squares as circular as I could get them. Patches and use them to magnetize all my thralls. So rather than paying enough to buy 20 more magnets, I just used 2 or 3 sheets that I had lying around that would just end up in the bin.
If you pitch it the other way, very environmentally friendly of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rather than it going to landfill.
Yeah.
So, very good.
And they work really, really well. Just as strong.
Cool.
Because they're made of the same thing the magnets that have been cut out are. So, they're really, really good. So, I would, certainly if you've got small base models, like Guard, something like that, it worked really, really well. So, I'm quite happy with that. I continued working on terrain for the event. So, one of our new boards, been cutting polystyrene with the foam cutter. and making stacks of sheets and then trimming them to be rocky outcrops.
Right. Yeah.
And I've got 8 of those now.
Cool.
2 of which make a large, or will make kind of like a large arch.
Mm-hmm.
That will be kind of the center of the board, and it's going to have the 2 downed warhounds on it as well. So that's coming along. Still got quite a bit to do, but I feel quite confident that it'll be a breeze once they're all cut out. It's just chucking the I always forget what you call it, but like the texture mix over the top. Grout or whatever you want to use over the top, and then
Mod Podge.
painting them.
That's the glue.
Mod Podge is the glue that you seal them with.
That's close.
But yeah, you can buy the I can't ever remember what it's called. It's basically goop that you paint over the stuff. Like me and Liam last time for my mining board, mix it up with like grout, few like small stones, bit of sand, just mixed it all up and then slap it on with a paintbrush, let it dry, and you've got rocky outcrop. So yeah, once that's done, it's just taking a large paintbrush to them all and painting them up to match the mat that they're going to go on. So that's cool. That's been fun. Just reminding myself that I quite enjoy doing like terrain things like that. So that was quite good. And I'm now at a point, I think, with probably half the Mechanicum units I have are all ready for oil wash now.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many trim and rivets everywhere. And I think I made such a mistake with the paint scheme, if I really thought about it now. Because I'm doing base silver, which was the idea. They're not tied to any order of the Mechanicum, because Talarion's kind of a separatist. So they're all just base metal. Meant that they looked very, very boring without any of the details painted. So then it was things like rivets, doing them brass rather than what you would just leave them silver or whatever armor color you painted them. So I've started doing that, but then there are lots and lots of rivets. So now you're doing lots and lots of brass, just dots over all the models.
I'm not too convinced that painting rivets is a good use of time.
Yes, well, I have really stripped back how many I am now doing.
Yeah.
And that has sped up the process quite a lot.
Yeah, I reckon washing them down with like an agrax and then dry brushing like a brighter silver on top would add just as much depth to it than the colour rivet. Yeah.
So I've kind of been adapting as I've gone throughout this month. And it's been helpful because I've been doing more brass on because Mechanicum don't have like your sergeant, right?
Yeah.
You have upgrades, and they're all called different things. So like the Thalax is a Praetorian, the Ursarax is an Alpha. Like they all have different names, but they basically become sergeants. It's like a sergeant upgrade. So those have got a lot more brass on them, so they're much easier to spot from the top. Say tabletop looking down.
Yeah,
I can spot. Oh yeah, that's the Praetorian or that's the Alpha, or because I've done. So like on the Ursarax, I've done the jetpack turbine. The nose cone of it is brass, whereas all the others are silver.
Yeah.
So it's just easy to go, yep, here's the Alpha. So that's quite good. And that's been able to be achieved because I've broke down doing as much brass on other models. So the ones I'd already painted now stand out a bit more. I think over the last month I've been kind of getting a bit more into the Mechanicum in terms of like how they operate. I've played around with some list writing. Me and Neil had a really good conversation one night. We were hanging out and talking about weapon options for the Thalax, and I think that was the right decision.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the synergy of Mechanicum and really using those thaumaturgic rights to my benefit is where I now need to be. I need to get that, I think unit by unit, I'm fairly au fait with what they do, what their weapons are like, and how I can buff them. But it's choosing the theme of the army and putting the Magos in the right places and making sure I'm remembering to do their kind of buffs. Which, for experienced gamers going, that's playing the Mechanicum. But it's a brand new army for me, so it's been cool to kind of learn. And I think I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I think by the end of the campaign, I'll know how to play them, and then I probably won't ever play them again.
No,
So we'll
they'll be
see.
fully painted.
They will, but that's often when I stop, sell them, and buy unpainted models.
Won't they now? We'll be having fully painted armies by the end of the campaign.
End of the campaign, yeah.
Yeah.
End of the campaign.
October, November time. Some months
Good.
away.
Yeah, the end of the campaign.
The only other thing I've done, which I was spur of the moment thing, we dropped Caleb off at his scout camp, came home, and we were all just kind of sitting around. Lucas went to bed. Jenny was just chilling, and I was like, I'm going to build my frag drill. So this is the terrain that came back on sale, and I pre-ordered in December.
Oh,
I think it was literally Christmas Day. And it turned up a couple of months ago. And it's been sitting there, and I want to paint it up for my mining board for the event. I was like, well, it needs to be built if I'm going to paint it. And so I thought, well, I'll just start it and see where I got to. And I finished it this morning. So it's fully built. The one thing I will say is the main drill is obviously it's circular.
Yep.
So it's made of 3 panels.
Yes.
Those panels matter which way round they connect.
Uh-huh.
Which can get a bit confusing if you just cut them all out, trim them, and then go, right, put them together, like I did.
Yeah.
So that was the first kind of hurdle. The other thing is, as you're kind of applying pressure for it to hold together,
Yes.
it's very easily kind of falls in on itself.
Oh,
Because it's 3 bits.
So they're not.
The drill heads are the same, even smaller bits.
So there's nothing
Not really.
at the back to
There's like a
support.
lip. Yeah, there's like a little lip, but it's not like a slot.
Okay.
So yeah, that was really annoying.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a bit of an oaf, so I get that. I'm sure people who have built this kit have gone, what you're talking about is probably easy, but I just kept falling in on itself, and it was getting really, really annoying. And where I was using plastic glue, it wasn't holding instantly, so it just was more difficult. On that, I'm using that odorless, or the less odor Tamiya Thin. It's really weird.
Right.
I mean, it works exactly the same. It's Tamiya Thin. But it's got less smell, I would say, from the original.
Yeah.
Like, it is less. But it's a different smell. And the different smell is, like, worse than the original smell.
Oh.
So I can't quite get my head around which one I prefer. Because it is less strong. Like, Jenny couldn't smell it. Where I had it, like, right under my nose, because, you know, I'm not being smart, probably. It didn't feel like it was that much less, and it was not as nice to smell. If that, I don't know. I don't know what the right word.
Original is best. Then.
Yeah.
Well, I ordered extra thin. No, not extra thin. Like it's like a lime green top rather than
that's
dark
the
green.
normal one.
That's the
that the normal one?
That's the extra thin. Yeah.
So what's the green top one?
Thin. I
Okay.
believe.
So I ordered some extra thin from Amazon.
My one's like a tealy.
You've got a
colour.
tealy one.
Yeah.
It's like a bluey
'Cause that's
green.
And but it's honestly, I don't know. It's like quick setting. I think it says.
Oh,
Quick
maybe.
setting.
The lime green one is the one I had. I assumed it was the regular one. Maybe it's a quick setting, but
It's pretty good. I used it to.
Well, no,
build a colour.
extra thin, because it is so thin, will evaporate quickly.
yeah,
And it go into the plastic more. So you have to apply. That's why I do apply a layer on one side, apply a layer on the other side. It starts melting it. Put another layer on and then stick it together.
Oh, what I do is I just do it really quickly, and just do the exact same thing I always do.
yeah.
Or I put loads on one side and then don't worry about the other side because I'm sure it will just.
Well, it's funny because
protracts over.
like I've built a lot of models with plastic glue now.
Yeah.
Like in the last year, I've built more models with plastic glue than I have with super glue. And I would say in general, like, that's been the right choice. But when I was doing those Domitars, obviously they're resin, so they had to be super glue.
Yeah.
They had to be obviously super glue because it's
quite.
resin, but it was so good to just work with super glue for those models and doing those slight little changes and knee repairs and like those things just so much easier with super glue than plastic glue.
Yeah.
But my drill is assembled and ready to be sprayed. What I need to do is get a board out in the garden, get all of the stuff I need to rattle can. Because I've got terrain that I need to rattle can now, like the drill, the downed warhounds. I've got a few other bits that I want to repaint. So just get them outside, get them rattle canned, I've got a quite a nice brown that I'm going to start with. Because I'm going to go like rusted metal.
Cool.
So spraying brown, give them a dry brush of like orange and kind of rusty colours. Dry brush them with a silver, and then start actually doing the rust effect stuff. With spots of sponging to add some panel colour.
Yeah.
But not too much.
Cool.
Is my overall, 1 for speed, but 2 just because that's the kind of worn kind of look I want to go for.
Nice.
So yeah, we'll see how they come out. But yes, so yeah, like again, lots to talk about, but not really full progression to finished models, which is starting to really irk me. Starting to kind of get annoyed. I don't feel like I've got much to show, even though I have been trying to plug away.
Have you thought about just being better?
I mean, that is 100% what does need to happen.
Yeah, just being faster, more efficient, paint more.
I think it's partly motivation. So, like, I really tried at one point to get the hour a day kind of thing back going because that really worked for my Death Guard. But then remembering that, but that hour is going to be painting rivets. I can't be bothered to do rivets. Like, and then letting that dictate me not doing any hobby.
Yeah.
That's been the problem. Rather than going, well, I've got a squad that needs to be, like the Domitars need base going. You know, like I could have done that, you know. But I get hyper fixated on what I think I should do. And I don't want to do that, so I don't do anything rather than just doing something.
Yeah.
And that's what I need to break. I don't know. Maybe it's just a lack of discipline and being preoccupied with other things going on.
You lack discipline.
Yeah, I've always lacked discipline. That's the problem. I'm very good at accountability. If I know there's someone depending on something, it will be done. But if it's just me, I don't care about me. So I'll happily let myself down. But yeah. Cool. Unless you got any other extra hobby things that have popped into your mind.
I had a game.
Move on to other stuff.
Does that matter? Is that here?
Oh.
Yeah, you had a game.
I had a game.
You had
Yeah, that all counts in here.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So I had a game against James.
Yes, you did.
And
oh yeah, that was a good fun game.
yeah, I played at Wayland.
This
First
was a
time
fun
playing at
game.
Wayland.
Yep.
They didn't put me on the table for old people, so it didn't raise up. So
there are only a certain number that do that.
Yeah, like one row.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is only the one right at the back.
My main complaint about Wayland that I wish to talk about today, I've got many others, is to order, you can't go and speak to someone that I could see to order food or drinks.
Oh, right.
So you have to order through the phone. Or they have got terminals.
They have got terminals.
So they have QR codes attached to your table.
Oh.
So I scanned my table and placed an order for a Diet Coke. And I thought, oh, okay, this will be quick because it's a can of Diet Coke. So they can't really fuck this up too much. But we know Wayland are Wayland, so the delivery of a Diet Coke was never going to be too smooth.
And then I turned up.
As I hit the order button, Neil turns up.
I turned up.
We talk for like 20 minutes.
I order.
And then Neil's food arrives before my Diet Coke.
Milkshake before his stuff turns up.
Weird.
Yeah. So, I mean, is that a surprise for Wayland? No. They can't seem to fucking ship anything. So we're never getting a Wayland sponsorship. Just want to put that out there. So I ordered, and so then eventually, when he orders and his food turns up, and I'm like, where the fuck's my drink gone?
Yeah.
James turns up at this point and orders a drink, and I'm like, right, fuck this, I'm gonna go find out. So I walk over to these staff members who are sat down in the cafe, fucking building models, like brilliant. I was like, hey, I ordered a Diet Coke like half hour ago, and there's nothing turned up. He goes, oh yeah, a Diet Coke came out, but they didn't put a table number on it. I was like, cool, so you like went around and asked people, right?
Yeah.
They just fucking left it, and they're like, oh, it's fine, we'll get you one now. What the fuck are they on about? Like, how hard is it to bring a fucking Diet Coke to a table? Like,
yeah.
Just ask people.
Yeah.
It's like how we've had something ordered without a number attached. If you've ordered something that's not arrived yet, just come talk to us and we'll check your receipt and then you can have the product.
No.
Super fucking easy, right? But no, apparently not. Not for a high-tech facility with robots that manage to pack orders now. Can't get a fucking Diet Coke out of a kitchen and bring it to a table. So then I wanted another Diet Coke afterwards and did the good sort of like opponent thing and offered James a drink. And I was like, fuck it, I'm not ordering through the app. I'm just going to go up to the bar. And I got to the bar and I'm like, hey, can I order a drink? And they're like, oh, sorry, you have to order it on the terminals. And I was like, Okay, sure. So I went back and used one of their actual physical terminals. So much easier. None of this bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, and they're like, just put your table number in, and it came over, and it worked out perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're going to use Wayland, order using a terminal, don't scan the QR code at your table because you probably won't get your fucking food or drink. Sorry.
I mean,
it worked for Neil.
I've not had any problems every time I've been there. So,
I can't speak for other people's experiences. I can only speak for my own experiences, and from my own experience, Wayland, 50% of the time have not been able to deliver my order.
That's true.
In the store.
Inside.
Yeah, inside. So, yeah, anyway, I played James. I played James a number of times. He was working quite local, so I say fairly local, not quite local. So we organised the game. He brought his warhound, and I took a shadow sword, a Titan killer.
Mm-hmm.
So our game was pretty cool. Really enjoyed it. Played one of the tactical missions from the Skitari book. It's renewed my kind of interest in buying those tactical books just for different missions to play.
Yeah.
You had to. The crux of the mission was loads of objectives in the middle of the table. You have to go up to make an intelligence check. If you fail your intelligence check, you basically get like a kick in the dick. Or if you pass it, you find out how many points that's worth. It's only worth it for that round, and then you have to roll again and recheck it.
That's made for Mechanicum because they have quite high intelligence.
Yeah, which is fine. Which is cool. James brought a list with like cyber familiars in it to help boost the intelligence, and then also brought here some Sisters of Battle, which reduce checks. So that was fun.
Yes.
And so made it hard. It was a really good game. I really enjoyed it. I always enjoy playing James. It's often an enlightening experience, and I walk away.
You actually learn how to play the game.
Yeah, exactly. I learn how to play the game, and I also walk away with like things in a shopping cart that I want to go and buy for my own army now. That's how I end up with Vindy laser destroyers, or a Vindy creator laser destroyer. I'm not going to do Sisters of Battle. I don't think they're a bit of me.
Sisters of Silence.
Anyway. So, game exchange. Always enjoy playing James. Always learn something, and always walk away with wanting to buy more models, which is great. I always go into games with James on the idea that it's a pitch battle.
Yes,
because his brain is basically another player in the game, and I always get fucked somehow by his intelligence. So I typically go to these games with I'll try and do X.
Yeah.
I'll have my own objective.
Yeah.
So my main objective was to take out this warhound. So I managed to take both its arms off by turn 2.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I managed to make it blow up on turn 4.
Lovely.
Yes. So they're not too tough, but I did bring a specific Titan killing vehicle. Yeah. So my main aim going into that was to try and kill it, and I managed to do it on turn 4. Highlights from shooting the so the Shadow Sword shoots a small blast template.
Yeah.
It's a militia tank, so it's BS3.
Yeah.
So, but it's a template. So as long as I hit a 4,
I suppose, yeah.
It's always going to go off. It will just scatter. So if I hit a 4, it doesn't scatter. Brilliant.
A small blast over the top of a warhound.
Yeah.
You're pretty much going to hit
Pretty
it.
much. So James ran the warhound like within about 5 inches of my tank. I shot it, I scattered, and I blew up my Vindicator. Because it's a strength 13.
Yeah.
So it's just instantly just roll, and you're penetrating this thing, and it's a good at killing vehicles. So it blew up. It blew up.
Yes, it did.
Because there's rules in there about you're not allowed to, like, if you target, you have to target a super heavy whatever. But it doesn't say you can't scatter onto things.
No, yeah.
So
scatter always has blown up.
Killed a Vindy straight away. 1 turn. My own Vindy, which is great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So yeah, it was good. It was interesting to play with. It made me really like the idea of like big tanks.
Yeah.
And kind of bigger centerpieces in an army.
Yeah.
So and it definitely made me want to get. I don't actually really want a warhound. I'm more aligned to like a Thunderhawk, or something bigger.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd want to be able to play it in an actual 3,000 point game.
Yeah.
So, because we don't play bigger games, right? And there's no point having like, in my mind, there's no point having the next one up from Warhound, which is a
Reaver.
Because I'm never going to fucking play it.
Yeah.
And there's no point having a Warlord because I'm definitely never going to play it.
Yeah.
So I think having something which is like a bigger model that can fit into a normal size game and not feel like I'm sinking too many points into it.
Yeah.
So actually does work.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, the only sucky thing about the Shadow Sword is it's a militia vehicle, so the BS is 3. So if I can find a I don't think the only vehicles you can get for Marines are glaives and fellblades.
Falchion,
Destroyer.
Fellblade.
What's the one with the stubby gun?
Cerberus, Typhon.
Typhon is what I think.
Typhon's called the
Don't you have a
Cerberus.
Typhon?
I have a
Pretty cool.
Typhon, yeah.
Do you use it?
It's been used in previous edition.
Is it green?
It
Yes.
is green, indeed.
Not saying painted, just green. Like
No,
just
it's painted.
It's painted.
fully painted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many salamander points fully painted do you have?
I don't know.
Less than 2,000.
Less than 2,000?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's interesting that out of that 2,000, you picked a super heavy.
That's his fault.
That you can't play.
It was a very nasty list.
That you can't play in a 2,000 point game.
No, yeah, back then you could,
Yeah, okay, fine.
because the Typhon was a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Anyway, really good game. Really good, really cool venue. I wouldn't mind playing there again. It's not close, but it's not too far. It's like 20 minutes in the car. And
Yeah.
I think if you're doing it and going for like having some food, which you can eat at the table, and doing a thing of it, then I think it's perfectly great. I don't think it's close enough to us for it to become like a local gaming place to go at
Like
to.
every week. Or
Like every week.
Local shop for local people.
Yeah.
I mean, I guarantee you, like, it is. Like,
Yeah, I just don't want to. It's just
Yeah.
far. It's just far enough away
Yes.
from me.
yeah.
Like my tolerance of
Yeah,
far
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Like if it was in like Hadley, that's
Yeah.
probably the furthest I'd want to
Yeah.
go on a regular basis to play games. When I've got a house, I've got terrain, I've got models I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
play
yeah.
with. Like I think it has to be a good enough store, close enough for the inconvenient factor of me having to box everything up and take it there. I also went talking about inconvenient factor. I went to a new gaming store in Southampton,
Mhm.
which isn't called Hobby Workshop. That's the other one. I can't remember what it's called. Hobby House, right? So it's a new gaming store in Southampton called Hobby House.
Mhm.
It's last time I was there. The guys on the Discord, shout out if you're interested in chatting with us on a regular basis. Join our Discord, link in the description. And they talked about it being open. However, when I looked at it, it was only open to like. I'm going to use influencers in a quote because they're Warhammer influencers, so you know. Those people, it was open to them for like a preview event and not like regular Joes like us. So I didn't end up going then. But when I was down there, I was.
You could argue we're influencers.
We're not. We're not.
No, we're definitely not.
No.
But
anyway, not fancy enough influencers to be involved.
yes.
So I went down there. I was before going out for dinner. So I was like, I'll go and look at it. I got an Uber there because I was coming back from work, and then I walked back to my hotel because it's actually quite in the middle of town. Quite nice. Really cool looking store. You came to the Bristol Vanguard event, didn't you?
Yeah.
Very similar style to that, as in
Okay.
you're like in a what would have been an office block.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But they've converted it into a
Into
Store.
a store with gaming tables.
really nice gaming tables. Really, it was freshly open, so the whites are still white, the reds are still red. Like it's not like faded orange
Faded,
and yellow.
chipped, and
Yeah. Painted tables, quite a lot of people, quite a lot of buzz. Quite a small sort of store. Shop was not shit, but it only had Games Workshop stuff in it.
Mhm.
Which fine if they tailored themselves towards that, cool. I mean, I mentioned it on the Discord and people said, they've said it's because they want to start there and expand out to other ranges as kind of like it grows. I get it, right? It's a small business it's a small business venture.
Yeah.
Most of these things fail in the first year, so fine, I understand. What I didn't like about it is not all of their products have price tags on them.
Right.
Yeah.
Which like some did. So clearly they've tried and they've like when the old school ticketing gun.
Started.
And they started to, but some didn't. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have to talk to people when I go to these places. So I just want to look at the product and go, oh, that's $5.99. I'll buy that. I don't want to have to ask someone how much something costs. And
Yeah.
I didn't like their website wasn't easy enough or intuitive enough to find the price. And then I didn't know if it was like an online price and in-store price. Like, just price mark your fucking items.
Yeah.
As you're putting them out. Get a little one of those, like, I used to do it at stores. Just price mark. Yeah, what Neil used to do. I assume that's all you did at
Oh
Morrison's. Yeah.
yeah. That was all I did.
So I prefer when they're price marked.
Yeah.
So I have to talk to people. So
Yeah,
I just wandered
yeah.
around the store a few times, looked at cool stuff. I have an affinity of Necromunda models. I think the detail is
Yeah.
really cool. So I was looking at those for a while. And I did buy something because I feel it's really important to support local hobby stores.
Yeah.
So I bought I can show you actually. I'll show you in the break. I bought an army painter product, which are sponges mounted on paint sticks,
Yes.
paintbrushes,
Yes.
to do like battle damage with.
Yep.
Now, I hear you. You could very easily make this with a paintbrush end and then a bit of foam stuck in. However, whenever I've tried that, it's always come out shit, and it's never really worked. It's probably more me than the product. So I thought this is like £5.
Yeah,
This
give
is
it a
a
go.
fairly
Why not?
low investment
Yeah.
product. This was also around when my order from Element Games was getting fucking dicked around.
Oh, yeah.
And so I nearly bought my Vindicator when I was there. And I was like, I'll just fucking return the other one, but I didn't. I just bought two. I want another one. They're cool. So yeah, I went there. It was a really cool store. I really enjoyed it. The people were nice. Just price marky stuff, so I don't have to talk to people.
Shit.
Yeah. I'd play there. Like if I was down there again, I was playing people. I'd go there for a game.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you had to pay to play. I hate that as well. Like I appreciate you have to make money somehow, right?
Yeah,
And if
yeah.
the rent's quite high, then you should charge
Yeah.
someone for that. But I like that Wayland is free for now.
Yeah,
Like,
that's good.
You never know they're going to change that, but I like that it's free because like when I was there again, I spent like a tenner on drinks.
Yeah,
I
I think
bought some
I
stuff from the
imagine
store.
it will stay because they're an established online seller,
Yeah.
and so you bring people in with the free tables, so they
Yeah.
buy drinks, food,
The
and
only-
from the store.
The only downside of Wayland is they close quite early. They close at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
10's difficult, yeah.
Like,
Like if you don't get home from work till like 7,
can't play.
but then regular people will probably playing games way quicker than we are.
No, even then, like, even if you get there at 7, by the time
It's
you
3
set
hours.
up, play 3 hours for like a 3K game, that's
Well,
that's
yeah.
not enough.
Yeah,
No.
Like,
Yeah,
they're people paying 40K. I overheard some real sweaty fucking comments about 40K. And obviously, like, James's armor is fully painted, playing on a fully painted scenery board versus my fully painted army with
and Lord of Wars.
Lord of Wars.
There was a lot of people coming over and
Yeah.
going,
Someone came over, stood next to me, and was like, "Oh, can I take a photo? I haven't seen one of those in person before." Clearly talking about the Warhound.
Yeah.
So I turned and goes, "Yeah, sure. It's a shadow sword. I painted it quite a while ago." And he was like, he looked fucking deer in headlights,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, sorry, no, I meant the wolf." I was like, I know what you meant. Like, I appreciate it. James is nicely painted, and you don't see him very often. Don't worry about it.
Oh, bless him.
But so nearly made him cry.
oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Actually,
I love nerds. They're great.
it was quite interesting to see what the guys on the table behind you were playing. It looked like a...
Behind me,
Behind you, they looked like a
it was
Star
a
Trek.
co-op. It was a co-op game because they were saying, "Oh, we now need to go do this," and they were playing each other. So like,
Oh,
It was like a Star Trek...
why play co-op games? What's the point in like being friendly to your friends?
Yeah, quite. It was some Star Trek game where they were, I'm guessing they were exploring part of the galaxy or whatever.
yeah, getting attacked.
And it
by
wasn't just
Borg
like
or
one
something.
ship, it was like they had fleets of ships.
Oh, okay.
That's all I could really tell from
Yeah.
the little bit I
Interesting.
looked at.
Talk to other games. I you know that game Ben was talking about where you have to land a plane.
Yeah.
Played it at Simon's
good
house.
game.
Yeah. I played it with Simon
Yeah.
with Chris at Simon's house, and
Yeah, I forget the name of it.
I don't know, coming to land,
Don't crash.
don't crash, airplane.
These are all
2.
things that
Uh,
work.
And you basically you have to. It's a co-op game, so again, kind of pointless to play. Co-op game to land a plane by a certain point. A good game. It made me really appreciate other games exist. And actually, maybe I should stop playing 30k and 40k. Right. Anyway, that's all of my hobby related stuff. Now, sorry. Good game. Shit, Wayland. Price market shit. Wayland do the same thing. Wayland don't price mark all this stuff.
That's very
No.
It's
true.
just a lazy person thing. Well, do you know what? I know this isn't true. What it makes me feel like is they don't price market deliberately so they can change the price. Like
Yeah.
that's what it makes me feel like.
Yeah.
And at that point,
Maybe.
I don't like that.
Yeah, maybe.
But at least they actually have savings on Warhammer stuff rather than charging actual RRP
Yeah.
for Warhammer models.
That's nice.
Mm.
Yeah.
It is very nice, very nice. Cool. Anything outside? I mean, you wanted to talk about audiobooks a bit, which is kind of in the hobby. Oh,
Done
you
that.
did that.
I did that.
Sorry, the reason I brought that up is because you mentioned,
I mentioned it the other day.
and you were on a tear through the 40k ones.
Yes.
You only talked about Legion. So, I thought you had more on that.
Nah.
I have listened to an audiobook called Red Rising.
Uh-huh.
I might have talked about it before. Effectively, non-Warhammer, nothing to the universe. Dystopian future. Everybody's in caste systems. So like into corresponding colours. So red is effectively slave labour, low to the low.
Do they die quicker?
No, they don't. Well, I guess technically they do because they slave
Don't
labour.
have
You know,
much.
red shirts.
Yeah, so red, they have the iron, who are like the number crunchers. They have the pinks, who are basically sex slaves,
Okay.
like sex people.
Right, okay.
Hedonistic. We'll call it hedonistic because it's not just sex. Hedonistic people, and then the ruling class. They have loads of class systems in between.
Yeah.
They have the coppers. They have all those. Anyway, and there's the golds. And so the idea behind this book is a red finds out. So they're on Mars. They're being sold this dream of terraforming Mars by mining helium, which is used to terraform. And eventually, when they mine enough of it, they will terraform Mars. They will come out of the caves systems of Mars, and they will inherit Mars with the rest of the ruling classes. Brilliant. However, one of them realizes or finds out they've already terraformed Mars. It's been terraformed for like 1,000 years, and basically they're just being kept as slaves. And it's a story of how he then gets loads of facial reconstruction surgery, loads of like implants, and becomes a gold.
Oh.
And they go to this like academy, like this school, kind of like Hogwarts, but with more guns and death. Well, maybe not as much death actually. Quite a lot of death happened at Hogwarts. And so they go to this school, and so the opening, they go through all these examinations and stuff. Then they get kind of put into the class system. The first thing that happens is they get paired up, and they're basically told, "Here is the ring for your house. There's only one ring, and there's two of you, and only one person can leave. Just winner wins." So they instantly, the class of 100 in each house becomes 50 straight away.
Wow.
And they have to just point blank kill one of them. Like you don't fail the school and leave. You the only way out is death, basically. And then once they do that, they then go to like this canyon, where it's effectively capture the flag, but each of these like 20 houses all have castles, and then they have like kind of like a deity kind of like favorship from their house person in charge. So like some houses have like will have access to loads of guns but no food. Some houses will have access to loads of like crops but no guns. Some will have all the horses, some won't have any horses, some will have like siege equipment. And basically they go until one house is victorious over the other houses. Luckily, well I say luckily, nobody dies. Well, nobody's meant to die. Lots of people do die. And they have like these medibots which basically come down and blue and kind of like help set arms and stuff. And it's this story, and it's part of like a 4-part book series that I've found. And he's effectively trying to overthrow the ruling golds. And this is like the end of it, long story short, his partner gets killed by the governor of Mars, is to make an example of her for basically being a rebel or whatever.
Oh, right.
And it ends by him being, I don't want to spoil it. If you're going to read it, don't listen to this next bit. He gets employed by the governor of Mars to become like effectively a trainee, like an apprenticeship scheme. And that's how it ends. And so the next one it kind of carries on from there. Anyway, really good book. Nice to read sci-fi that isn't 40k.
Yeah.
I did an audiobook, which was good. And I found out, obviously, you can do audiobook borrowing from the library through their app. So completely free. Didn't have to use a credit.
That's cool.
Yes. Started a new one. Started Moonraker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. So I started Moonraker, but obviously the original written book rather than by Ian Fleming, rather than the movie. So interesting. But anyway, and so it's an interesting book. I'm enjoying it so far. So yeah, that's it.
Cool. It sounds very Red Faction.
Oh, I used to love that game.
I don't know what it is.
Red Faction was a great game. Mining on Mars and rebelling against
maybe
the government, but it didn't have all the casts and it's not based on the same thing. But
no,
that kind of vibe.
It's cool.
I'm wondering if that's where it took inspiration from.
Yeah, possibly.
So, effectively, the lore of the universe there is that they were on Earth. The golds transcended Earth and basically was just like, we should be the ruling class, and basically subjugated the entirety of Earth and just like wiped out anybody that said they wouldn't follow it.
Yeah.
And then they left Earth, basically taking all of these classes and went places. Because they were like, well, if you don't want to leave with us, then fine, just fucking survive on Earth on your own. And they just nuked it from the orbit. So yeah. Very 40k like in that respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, I've not really been doing too much out of the hobby. Like, I kind of caught up with Invincible.
Mm-hmm.
You guys watched Invincible?
I haven't watched the most recent
So
stuff.
it's basically like I wouldn't call it rated R, but it's a very gory.
Oh, it's definitely
take
rated R.
on, yeah, I guess so. Gory take on like superheroes.
Is it an animated series?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good. It is good. And I've kind of slowly watched through it over the and season 4. I'm sure it's season 4. Came out earlier this year.
It's got loads of people in it.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Seth
yeah,
Rogen's in it.
It's written
Walter
by
Goggins.
it's created by Robert Kirkman, the Walking Dead guy.
Yeah.
So a lot of the voice actors are Walking Dead characters, not as in characters, sorry, actors.
Yeah.
Playing the characters in Invincible. It's quite good. It's interesting take on superheroes, not as clean cut and things as the kind of traditional look on superheroes. Although that is now becoming the normal.
The norm, yeah, with the boys and.
Or just look at like Marvel's progression and DC is, like a lot of DC isn't nice and clappy and happy and clean. Everyone kind of thinks of this, 60s, 70s Superman as superhero. And it's like, it never was always squeaky clean and the heroes can do no wrong and everyone loves them. It does exist in some aspects.
Yeah.
But that is always kind of the cliche, and this doesn't go off of that.
And Superman is boringly vanilla.
Indeed. It's a cool series. It's fun to watch. I was 50-50 on the last season. They had really good moments. 1 or 2 kind of filler episodes. And but yeah, it's based on a comic, and they're basically redoing the comic with changes. Some characters are a bit different. Their outcomes or continued existence is different. It's a bit. It reminds me of the way like Game of Thrones was adapted.
Yes.
There are some characters that are vastly different, and some that are almost exactly like the book.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that. It's been quite cool. It's the only thing of note that I've really done that's different to normal,
fair enough.
really.
Fair dues.
But yeah. I reckon you'd be pretty into it.
Yeah. I think you might like it.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
Have you watched The Boys?
I haven't watched the latest series.
No, neither have I.
We watched up to the last one, and then I watched it with Kelly. So we was waiting for. I am definitely one of these people that hates how TV series are now trying to do one episode a week. Like I like binge watching.
Yeah.
Stuff. So I especially stuff like The Boys, where like stuff like Race Around the World. You watch that? Race Across the World.
Oh yeah.
On BBC. That's once weekly. That feels right. I don't know why, but like The Boys, when it's just on Amazon, I'm like, fucking just give me all the episodes now. You've got them all.
That's what it used. When streaming first came out, that's how it was.
And it's also to stop you from cancelling your subscriptions after.
Yeah. But what you do, right? What you could do is do it on if you are a yearly subscriber, just here you fucking go.
Yeah.
We've already got your money. If you're a monthly subscriber, then you fucking wait. You second class citizen.
Yeah. Been reading too much Red Rising.
Yeah, exactly. Gold.
I was trying to remember what I was watching before I started Alien Earth, and I cannot for life me think what it was.
Is Alien Earth the one where the alien ship crash lands?
So it starts off with there's now 4 companies.
Yeah.
That rule Earth.
Yep.
So you've got Weyland Yutani, you've got Prodigy, and 2 others that we don't care about.
So really, there's 2 companies that rule Earth and 2 other people in the background.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of spiel about synths, cyborgs, and something else.
Yep.
And you find out about something else pretty much straight away. Prodigy are working on a way of transferring the human consciousness into a synthetic body to make them harder, faster, stronger, better.
Harder, faster, stronger, better.
And so that's going on. And then in the background, there's a Yutani ship research vessel that is making its way back because they've collected samples.
Yes.
And
Blood and semen.
it basically, something happens, i.e. somebody sets the alien loose and it escapes and causes the ship to crash land on Earth in one of the Prodigy's city. And it goes from there, basically.
Okay.
And it's a cross between Peter Pan, the ideas of Peter Pan that the Lost Boys have been put in grown-up bodies.
Yes, because they can't transfer children. They can only transfer children.
They can't transfer.
They can't
adults.
transfer adults, but they can only transfer children into adult bodies. So all of a sudden, like these 10-year-olds are in like fully formed adult strength
but they've
bodies.
still got all of their sort of childlike.
Yeah.
Because they haven't had that chance to grow.
Oh, they're Primaris Marines.
Exactly. Is the sort of the shots from the beginning of the sequence where you go into the ship? It's very reminiscent of Alien, in the sense that it looks. They've made the aesthetic look the same.
Yeah, very good. Like very good way of like filming it. Look like it's all homemade set, rather than like CGI.
So
but there's significantly less bush.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a lot sort of it feels nicer. I can't remember what the sort of years difference and when it takes place in comparison to Alien.
Yeah, okay.
But this is set in like 2120.
The only thing I would say about this universe, right? Space, rather large, let's say.
Yep.
They keep coming across aliens.
Yeah.
Like, so either they are everywhere, or they are just really fucking unlucky.
Yeah.
I reckon they're probably everywhere, and the builders have sent them everywhere.
Maybe. That was a good movie. Prometheus. I like that movie and like the way it was kind of setting up to it. I feel like the rest of the franchise never really built upon it. They kind of just went, yeah, we send them everywhere, and that's it.
I haven't seen the third one. I've seen
maybe there's some that I haven't seen. Like
I've seen the follow-on from Prometheus.
Yeah.
Alien. Is it Romulus?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I've literally watched Aliens, and
they're just
other than that, I've seen clips and read reviews.
It's really weird. It's weirdly more complicated
than
the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. What's the third one?
Alien 3.
Maybe it's not that one.
What's the one where they have to go to the pyramid underneath?
It's Alien like Exile, or
you've got Alien Resurrection.
Maybe it's that one.
Which is the one where it's set 60 or so, 100 years or so in the future from Alien 3. They clone Ripley and then create...
Yes, I've watched that one.
So yeah, that one's on the spaceship.
I've seen Alien, Alien 2, and that one.
They're on the ship and they crash landed to the planet Earth.
And then you mix in
Alien versus
Predator.
I have seen that.
AVP2, which is a bit wafty.
AVP2 harder.
Yeah.
And then what's the one?
AVP with a vengeance.
What's the one where it's the... Oh, it's like the last one. Predator. Oh, what's it called? It's literally the last one that just came out of the movie. It's visually fucking stunning.
Oh, is it Predators or is it?
No, Predators was not the last one.
No, Predators was not the last one.
Wasn't the last one the like?
It has the blonde lady in it.
First Hunt.
What do you call me?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I called you.
It's something
I think it's like Alien Predator First Hunt.
Sorry, I just got that.
We had somebody at work had a drop call. Whatever.
Mike.
And yes, he used Mike as his. Oh, you must want my brother Mike, and hung up on them.
Is it Predator?
Yeah, it's Predator. It's
Predator Badlands.
Badlands.
So Predator Badlands is where it's the lady.
She's like
Ella Fanning, who's a robot.
Yeah.
But also a bad guy in it. That's kind of spoilers, but it's 2025 now, so. And then you've got Predator, Killer of Killers. Do you know what I hate? Animated TV series. Like, where they could clearly make it into a movie. Like, I'm not saying your Invincible thing, like, it kind of lends itself to being like that. Same for, like, X-Men, the X-Men TV series. Like, they lend itself to that.
X-Men 97.
Dragon Ball Z would be really weird if it was an actual
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
Wouldn't work. So like, but
it didn't work
Predator,
as a film, did it?
No.
So Predator, for example, works as a live action movie.
Yeah.
And then just be like, oh, here's Badlands, and then the fucking excuse people give is like, oh well, it's cheaper for them to make an animated TV series than it is to make a live action one, which I can kind of see if you're like actually filming it across like multiple locations and stuff, and actually filming it like they do in that kind of universe.
Yeah.
Like it's made more about set design and stuff, but it just isn't as good. Like just animated series just aren't as good when you've got those kind of like amazing visual.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you get because series TV got so popular, everything's now series rather than like this could be a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a drawn out series rather than a movie.
Well, the only thing, Mandalorian, they've gone the other way now, haven't they? Like, great series, and then they had Boba Fett, Mandalorian 2, and then they've got Mandalorian the movie.
Yeah, which hopefully means it's been put to bed
To death.
afterwards.
I believe that is the plan. Well, yeah.
I'm seeing it on Tuesday. Don't ruin it.
Yeah.
How can I haven't seen it yet?
Come on Tuesday, relax. We're all going. Nerds going.
I'm not going.
No.
If you just look in that Discord that you don't.
I'm at work.
Oh, I looked at it. I just
Come, I'm going.
No, not during the week.
Oh, sorry, I forget you're old.
Exactly.
Right, anything else?
No, I think
That was a
we
really
should
weird
probably...
tangent.
Yeah.
Where did that
It
start
was.
from? It was your fault.
No,
Invincibles.
Blame me, yeah.
yeah.
That's fine. Hopefully you enjoyed that ramble and nonsense as we always do. We're going to have a quick break and come back with our round sum up of our 30k narrative campaign.
We've been running Hangouts for years, either down on the farm, if you know you know, or hosted on an online Hangout space. For each session, we post a link in our Discord and Facebook group, and just click it and you're in. The podcast hosts a weekly Hangout every Wednesday evening from 8:30, taken care of by Mike, one of our moderators, and a monthly Hangout on the last Sunday of each month from 8 p.m, hosted by one of our podcast hosts, but 100% it will not be Neil. Whether you want to hobby along or just hang out and chat, you'll find a relaxed, positive atmosphere and plenty of like-minded people. We'd love to see you at one soon.
Hello and welcome back. This is our round 2 summary of our 30k narrative campaign, The Moon of Orlithia. This round is dubbed An Unexpected Journey. So we should recap you guys on what happened at the end of round 1, leading into our games of round 2, and then we're going to break down the missions and hear a narrative write-up dictated to you of the story and as it's progressing, and then we're going to talk just personally about how we felt the game went, our feelings of the campaign, etc. So, at the end of round 1, on the surface of the moon, the Blood Angels had created a beachhead and secured the landing zone in that scenario. And in both cases in our Zone Mortalis games of inside the sectors of the Mechanicum facility, both the Emperor's Children and the Blood Angels had pushed through, gained data on the nature of this moon, finding out that it's a vast weapon space station.
Yep.
But both suffered some losses and had Space Marines captured and dragged into the darkness by the Mechanicum. And that kind of sets up our narrative reasonings for our games in round 2. The games in the Zone Mortalis setting, where I faced Neil and also Sam, were identical missions in rescuing captured Space Marines. The reasons for wanting to rescue those Space Marines may be different, and that will come out in the narrative write-up that you'll hear. But that was the kind of setting for that game. And then we had a 3-way game up on the surface where both the Emperor's Children and the Mechanicum separately attacked the Blood Angels' established landing zone. So that's kind of where we're at and what's happening in this campaign. I think me and Neil are going to kick off with our game first. So to go through the mission, which we kind of adapted on the fly to make it kind of work and make sense and be achievable. Our kind of first write-up, it would have worked, but it would have made it much harder for the Space Marine player. So we kind of tweaked that, which, spoiler alert, ended with Mechanicum feeling sorry for themselves. But anyway, not the point of the campaign. And we wanted missions that worked and were fun for everyone that was playing them, and achievable for everyone that's playing them.
Yeah.
So let me just quickly get into the mission. So we had 2 cell blocks that were on the flanks of the board, more into the Mechanicum half. So ZM tiles are they 1 by 1 foot?
Yes.
Yeah. So you've got the 3rd tile basically on each flank was the prison cells, and Sam has a great kind of mesh, semi-translucent blue. Were they 3D printed?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Ages ago, Simon 3D printed them for me when I first got my ZM board.
Yeah.
Because in the ZM board they have like a U shape for one of the tiles, and it's perfect for like normally I park a vehicle there or I put a container there to block it off and have a bit of null land. But actually having them as prison cells, really good.
Yeah. And the doors look really good, and they're easy to spot.
Yeah.
Different to the regular doors of the Zone Mortalis,
which are very difficult to see.
Yes. Yeah. They're not painted bright colours.
Oh.
For your old eyes.
And what when they're put on the shelf as well.
I wasn't looking on the shelf.
So they're on both the flanks. And they have 2 captives in each. The Mechanicum are holding them because they're in their prison, and the Space Marines' objective is to get to those cells, get their captives out. A unit can carry 1 captive, so you want to get a couple of units to each cell block to be able to get all 4 back to your the Space Marines' deployment zone, and that would grant them 3 victory points. If they had them, over their shoulder, running away from the Mechanicum, then they would get 2 points.
Yep.
But if you got them back to your deployment zone, then you would get an additional point for being so good. And that's the main kind of priority objective. In terms of rules, the unit carrying the captive, the rescued Space Marine. I'm trying to think. Could they move properly? I can't remember. I think they could. Restrictions. Can't move further than 9 inches in any single phase for any reason. So you can't just rush and take the damage from playing in Zone Mortalis. You literally could not go further than 9 inches. So that helped with the opportunity for the Mechanicum player or whoever's the defender really to chase the pesky attackers. Stolen your captives. Also, if that model in the unit is killed that's carrying the objective, then or gets a status, then the captive is dropped until another opportunity to pick them up again. So again, just delays them being a clean runoff. Which actually happened in our game.
It did, yeah.
So that was cool. We also had, in effect, Slay the Warlord for 2 points, First Strike for 2 points, and Last Man Standing, which is most units on the board gain an extra point at the end of the game. It's also worth noting that the captives only are scored at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the Mechanicum player for the first 2 turns would score multiple points because they've already got them.
Effectively, what we're doing here is the Mechanicum player wins by just preventing the other player
being
from
a
winning.
wall.
Yeah.
With no holes in it, which was a shame. But yeah, so that's the basic setup. The Mechanicum player deploys in the central 4 tiles on their table edge, if that makes sense. And the Space Marine deployment is 12 inches on the opposite table edge. And that's where they want to get them back to. So yeah, so that was the mission. Very simple mission. Nothing too crazy. In terms of deployment, the Mechanicum player was deployed first, and then the attacking Astartes deployed, but we rolled off to see who went first, and sees the initiative was in effect, which happened in both games. My game with Sam today and the game I played against you. Not in my favour this time.
No, domination.
Well,
But yeah.
interestingly enough, Matt decided he didn't want to go first.
Yes, I seized and then went, I don't actually want to seize, and then just took away my seize.
Yeah, because like as a defender, you basically want the enemy to come to you, right?
Yeah. Which is, I realised that after I'd rolled a 6. And then we just kind of pretended I didn't roll a 6. It's basically what happened.
Brilliant.
So I was like, if you roll seize and then go, oh, I've seized. Oh, actually, I don't want that. You're kind of a bit stuck.
Yeah.
So we went, well, for the basis of the narrative, being the defending player, and actually, if I really thought about it for 2 seconds before rolling a dice, I wouldn't have tried to seize.
Yeah.
So we just took it away.
Yeah.
But technically, I did seize, which was funny. So before we talk about how the game went and the mission was, you're going to hear the narrative write-up of what happened in our game. So enjoy that, and you'll hear us again soon.
The operational integrity of the subcomplex was compromised by elements of the 3rd Legion, designated Emperor's Children, led by Commander Glabius Vastorian. Vastorian's initial vectors indicated a standard data extraction mission. However, his path intersected with the Sector 9 detention cells holding captured 3rd Legion assets. Internal cognitive analysis suggests Vastorian initially calculated a 100% abandonment rate for the captives due to their operational failure. However, a desire to deny the Mechanicum a data victory, combined with an expressed need to reclaim genetic material enhanced by the renegade Fabius Bile, altered his trajectory. In response, Magos 27 initiated localized lockdown protocols and deployed our primary stealth asset, the Infernus Abomination, fabricated directly by the hands of Arch-Magos Talarion. Simultaneously, 3rd Legion reinforcements arrived in the form of a Contemptor dreadnought designated Ancient Thalorian, advancing with intent to dismantle our cybernetic cohorts. The initial kinetic exchange favored the Omnissiah, a cohort of Thalax cycling their melta weaponry to maximum thermal capacity, neutralized the dreadnought immediately. The vehicle suffered catastrophic core failure, resulting in an aggressive explosion of magma and molten metal. The 3rd Legion response was immediate and mathematically severe. Elite Palatine Blade units executed a high-velocity countercharge, terminating Magos 27 and his immediate Thalax guard. Our Melta-equipped assets were systematically disassembled by enemy heavy support fire, while a guided missile barrage destroyed 3 additional Thalax units. Following this breakthrough, Vastorian exhibited classic 3 Legion erraticism. Shifting focus away from an advancing Ursarax onslaught, he displaced from the immediate combat zone, leaving Champion Dalian to finalize the extraction. Dalian secured 1 enhanced biological asset, though Tech Thrall defensive fire successfully terminated a 2nd captive before extraction. Concurrently, Talarion's Infernus Abomination and surviving Tactical Magi secured the eastern subsector, containing the remaining invaders until they organized a full retreat. The 3rd Legion has displaced further into the facility, pursuing non-linear objectives. Targeting arrays remain active.
How did you feel?
I hate bloody doors.
I don't understand how you have so much trouble.
It was so good.
So the way that I can't really talk about mine. The way I approached it in mine was, or the way I approach doors as a normal human being, is I have 1 unit come up to it and touch it, try and leave enough gap for another unit to go through. And then if the unit then fails, it then has another unit to try and open the door.
Yeah.
But how many times did you fail opening doors?
Twice.
It's interesting.
No, I didn't.
3.
No.
Oh, no, you weren't at the other door.
Do you think it's because you have tentacle arms as an Emperor's Children player?
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely it. It's got nothing to do with the fact I was rolling really high on most of my dice rolls.
Well,
throughout the entire game.
He had very good dice during the game, but those first tests were not his friend. No. It was very funny when Attack Squad moved up. When I failed my intelligence check. We'll try with the 2nd squad. Oh, they also failed their intelligence check. I'm now stuck behind this door. And I was like, perfect.
Cyber familiars give you extra intelligence, right?
They do indeed.
So maybe you need to get more cyber familiars
On tactical squads,
everywhere.
I'm not entirely sure who can take them, but
because the plan was to pop the door open,
Yep.
move one squad down the corridor on the side,
Yep.
conga line style, so I can still shoot the missiles down the middle.
You know you can
Yeah.
still shoot through your own squads, right?
Yeah. Well, that was,
yeah.
yeah, but that was my plan. Was just
And you just got it was eventually your plan. It just was stalled a turn,
it just stalled a turn, which
was
didn't
a
help.
problem. My assassin was the other side of that door, just kind of going, "Come through." He didn't. He held up one of the tac squads
Yes.
pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
You just couldn't hurt him because of his toughness being slightly higher.
I mean, he was it him that ended up with one wound left, or was it the?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had him, as you would have heard, scuttle off into the darkness back to Talarion. Just so
He's
he can
got to be
fight
in the
another
next
day.
mission.
Possibly, we'll see. I suppose he should. It depends if Talarion's going to be in the next round.
Next round is ZM.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's going to bring Talarion out.
well, I might do,
He hasn't come out yet.
but 1,000 points, an Arch-Magos is quite pricey, so I don't know.
I mean, Predator in Saturnine armor, so
That's true. That was
Yeah.
1,500 points.
yeah, true. I need bought one. That's 1,500 points again today.
But yeah, so that was, we kind of almost had two battles, and it was the same in mine because of the way the board was set up. There were two distinct kind of accesses to the cells, and so interestingly, both times the kind of more bottlenecked double corridor on the right, for me on the right side, was the one I held better.
Yeah.
The open room was
the one
just
where
bloodbath.
we had to spread out and just go.
Hang on. In our game, though, I don't know if you held it better. I mean, you killed a unit, I guess, turn one.
Oh,
Yeah,
fair
okay.
play.
I did something in that wing. What do you mean?
In that corridor. Oh, held better. I don't
Yeah.
know. It makes me feel like you were victorious over that corridor.
Well, you only got one of those captives. You got two in the other one.
That's
So
purely
actually,
down to a placement.
Doesn't matter that I did it well. I did it better than the shit show on the other.
I think
side.
that's my placement issue, not your abilities. To
I still will take any win that I can have
Sure.
in my tiny lot of wins.
Needless to say,
After watching your first one, I think it was the right decision to not have the servitors at the back. I think they were at the back and where they are a slow moving
My
unit.
Tethrals just did nothing.
Yeah.
Other than right at the end of the game.
Yes.
Right at the end of the game, they shot the champion, put a status on him,
which meant
he dropped the captive.
Yeah.
Which narratively you heard him get blown to pieces because that makes sense. That was the one thing they did pretty much of the whole game. I mistakenly put them in a corner and they had to funnel through a single doorway, and that was complete error.
Yeah.
By my choices, but it was kind of, I don't know. It started first turn, kind of not a lot happens. Everyone's moving, like all that stuff, and then I then blew up the Contemptor and was like, "Yay!"
Well, that was first turn.
Yeah. Oh, I suppose that was first turn. Yeah,
I managed to shoot one of your melters, so I got rid of one of them.
Yeah.
And then you blew up the Contemptor.
I blew up the Contemptor, but then your first turn,
my second turn.
that was your second turn. So the second turn was just like, oh god, purple rain, everything's murdering me.
Yeah.
And then it kind of, your warlord running off the board made me laugh. That was fun.
Yeah. He decided this was
tactically withdrawing.
This was not the time to carry on fighting. This was not the perfect fight.
So that was quite cool. And that was the moment I thought, oh, I'm still in this. Because at that time, you hadn't picked up the captives yet.
Yeah.
You were going to.
Yes.
But if I could delay you somehow there, at least for one of them, then points would be a lot closer because your warlord had run off the board and given me warlord. I just couldn't quite hold on against the Emperor's Children. They just kind of pushed through and chopped me up. I'm finding Mechanicum kind of, they're survivable to a point until you get to punch them, and then they just die.
Yeah.
And I chose to bring a mainly Thalax army and upgraded their guns which I think was the right call in
Yeah.
terms of their ability to do damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there's not that much to them in terms of their marine kind of 3-up save, 6-up invul. So as soon as you pass that AP3, which when facing Blood Angels and Emperor Children who have units with scary swords in them,
Yep.
they just get chopped to pieces very easily. So that was difficult in both scenarios. That was quite difficult. But yeah, I mean, the game was fun. It was good to play. Once we kind of worked out the cell placement, so it was achievable, but not too much to ask of the Marines. Then it made the mission quite balanced, I think. But yeah, and it was just a bit of a slog, and I just couldn't hold out long enough. That's the real kind of that you were unlucky with the doors, which helped me. But yeah, I just didn't have the kind of. I think similar thing happened with Sam, where I think one of my Thalax units just didn't shoot because you came through a door and charged me before I could do anything. Minus a reaction, they didn't really do anything, and so that's a lot of points kind of lost. So whether positioning was maybe where I went wrong, I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, other than that, I don't really have much to add. Really, it was good playing your force in the difference between round 1 and 2.
Yeah,
obviously we added 500 points, which then allowed you to put basically some more kind of teeth in your list.
Yes,
which really worked for your benefit.
Yeah.
And it was good to see that, because I think at the end of round 1 we were all kind of a bit like, where you were using a kind of base box of the addition to build your force, it lacked some of that extra firepower. And so it was not in terms of the result, but in terms of an experience, it was much better playing an army that had some teeth to kick back. Like I blew up the Contemptor, but then you instantly deleted the squad. Was good and made for a better game. But yeah, other than that, I don't have that much to kind of chuck in. Anything you spotted while you were there? Anything cool?
I'm just trying to think about your servers.
I think the one thing that amazed me was the fact I did that rush up the corridor. Once the door was open, I rushed that one squad up the corridor to the cell. So
Did
when
you take the rolls?
Oh
yeah,
they all passed.
I did that with my missile squads, and I lost one.
Yeah, so he lost 1 of 7. Neil, not one in a 10-man squad.
Marine.
I was shocked. It's Neil. I thought 5 would die.
Yeah. So did I.
Just imagine that, just wipe the entire
Although,
squad.
I'll tell you
That'd
what,
be fucking great.
you would have. I had your dice this morning.
Oh dear.
When playing Sam, I shot plasma fusel needing 2s to hit. Roll 3 1s.
Ugh.
I was like, oh, cool.
But
then what was it? Then I needed. I think I needed 6-up invols, but then rolled 3 6s.
Oh, okay.
I was like, and it was the same 3 dice. I'm like,
yeah.
You're so swingy. What are you doing?
Why is this happening? Why
Just
is this
be average, please.
Be average.
It was a fun moments. Dice rolls. It reminds you that this game is all about dice rolls, isn't it? You just go, oh yeah, dice rolls.
Always.
But yeah, it was a very enjoyable game. I think out of the 2, it was the one I felt like I did more in.
Okay.
Whereas I think against Sam, which we'll bleed into in a second, I just didn't have enough answer for the amount of Marines and how quickly he kind of fell upon me. I couldn't.
Right. Okay.
Whereas I had an extra turn with you because you couldn't get through a door.
Yeah.
And you were kind of navigating that middle passageway, and so I had an extra turn of just kind of space. Whereas the Blood Angels came at me very quickly.
I was surprised how quickly we got on the board, because it's a 9-inch cap on movement.
Yeah.
So I found that I didn't have any trouble going through doors.
That was one of the big differences, probably.
So I moved my slow Queens and Paladins up to the door to open it, and then sent my quick and dirty Angels Tier squad through. It was a bit of a blow losing an Angels Tier squad. Turn 1.
There was again another mutual destruction. So, like, where I killed your Contemptor and then you killed my Melter Thalax, Sam came through the door, obliterated my Tech Thralls, all like 20 of them, 16 of them. And then my Plasma Fusel Thalax came around the corner and deleted the Angel's Tears. So it was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is mutual destruction. This is fair enough. But then after that shot, it just seemed like damage was not on my...
It's not on your side.
Yeah, it just really was painful. But before we jump into our particulars, we should hear the narrative write-up of the Blood Angels storming the gates of the prison. So enjoy that, and we'll be back with our general feelings of our game.
The compromise of Prison Sector 7 is a direct consequence of the 9th Legion's non-linear, sentiment-driven operational parameters. Commander Kale, exhibiting cognitive bias regarding captured units, prioritized biological asset recovery over optimal strategic logic. The incursion initiated at Bulkhead 07. Elements designated Angel's Tears bypassed standard Vox channels, neutralizing Tech Priest Pyron and his Tech Thrall cohort via high-yield vaporization. This resulted in an immediate 100% loss of calibrated servitor material to the kinetic velocity of the line breakers, while a Thalax unit subsequently restabilized the sector grid by reducing the advancing line breakers to slag via plasma fusils. The 9th Legion flooded the breach with unquantifiable kinetic mass. Their despoilers overwhelmed our Ursarax cohort through sheer numerical volume. Concurrently, an auxiliary Infernus abomination was forced to displace as the invaders advanced toward Magos Null. In the primary detention vault, Centurion Azkael Castor and his Crimson Paladins engaged defense warlord Engolo. Following a protracted, mathematically inefficient exchange, Castor delivered a terminal blow, securing 2 organic assets. Simultaneously, Kale's command squad sustained high thermal plasma fire to extract a 3rd prisoner. The 4th subject expired due to severe trauma before extraction could occur. Following the collapse of the localized data stream, a structurally compromised Magos Null initiated a tactical retreat. At this juncture, the recalibrated abomination executed Talarion Standing Protocol 000, zero tolerance for failure. Classifying the retreat as a terminal logic error, the asset utilized its transmutative claw to bisect Magos Null, executing standard corrective punishment for the loss of the sector. The 9th Legion successfully reclaimed 3 damaged biological assets at the cost of severe infrastructure degradation. It is recommended that future proximity to the 9th Legion be regulated with targeting arrays pre-locked to their genetic signatures.
So, as you heard there, I was triumphant at rescuing 3 of the 4 casualties, or the hostages, much to Kale's enjoyment. The fact that he took it quite personally to go and get those bodies.
Didn't even really need to be there.
Didn't do fuck all, did he?
Other than the fact that he was the reason the Crimson Paladins could turn up.
Yeah, that's it. So Crimson Paladins are
like Apex only
unit. So I have to bring a Praetor in order to bring Crimson Paladins. So when I was writing my list this morning, I was like, well, I guess I'll have to take a Praetor because I wasn't going to. I'm trying this thing where I stop taking Praetors all the time and just start taking like champions or the flag guys. And
Heralds.
There we go. I was trying to figure out how I could take the Crimson Paladins because I knew I wanted some. Fuck me, right? Couldn't take them. Had to take a Predator. So yeah, I thought it went well. I think I wrote the mission, and obviously the original one was slightly different, and it was a lot more harder.
I think just getting
/ impossible.
Yeah, I think that was the problem. Like, rather than having the 2 cells on the flank, the only difference really we made to the mission was it was supposed to be a central cell and then a cell on the opposite board edge.
Yeah.
Which would have been the Mechanicum deployment.
Yeah.
And I just think unless you have a complete free run to rush all the way to the other end of the board, pick up the casualties. Bear in mind you can only get 1 on 1 unit, and then book it all the way back down the board in 4 turns is difficult. And that's without a speed bump. Even just 1 assault that you murder them in, that's 1 turn that you're not getting that long
Yeah.
movement.
Yeah.
Which is why we ended up moving them to the flanks to make it more achievable. It was definitely the right call in terms of a balanced mission.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just meant it was balanced rather than in my
Tried
favour.
to give Matt a win.
I know.
And
no,
he just-
Talarion's just clearly a piece of shit and doesn't deserve anything, which is fine. If that's the character I'm playing, I'll be that. That's fine.
That's the character you are. Yeah, so it was, from my perspective, it was a good game. I won. There was a lot. I felt like I'm trying a lot more to, rather than just taking full units of everything or just taking all of the upgrades, trying to really think about my lists more now, which was good. Taking a 7-man missile squad rather than a full-on 10-man.
I feel like this was a knock-on from your game against James.
Yeah, I was like, why the fuck you got like 7 of these dudes? He's just like, oh, it's just how many like points.
I had.
Like, so what I did is I put everything and I knew I wanted to get in 2 Crimson Paladins, all that stuff, and then basically went, oh, I've got 5 missile launchers. I'll just add.
Yeah.
I'll keep going until I'm out of points. So really good. I can't really. I feel like I did well.
It was very similar because the mission is quite simple objectives.
Mm-hmm.
They played out very simply. It was move up, capture if you can, retreat, and both you guys managed to do that. I think I suffered with just lack of firing opportunity.
Right.
I just didn't have enough opportunity on some units, which is probably positioning for me.
Mm-hmm.
But where they just couldn't use their higher strength guns to really whittle down the numbers before you were in my ranks.
Yeah.
So that was difficult. But I'm not entirely sure with the Mechanicum how to combat that, because I feel like the Thalax weren't quite tough enough to just remain there.
Yeah.
The Magos get cut apart by any character they get into a challenge by.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's because that's how I'm equipping them. I don't know. I'm not sure.
The thing is, right, if you think about what you're putting them against, a Praetor against your Tech Priest?
Magos.
Yeah. Should never really win.
No, it shouldn't. No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
And you're the guy
I don't know how to compete, because every game I'm playing a Praetor and a Champion.
Yeah.
Like, there's 2 Marine characters coming at my characters, and they're just going to take their heads every time.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
you can decline the combat.
Yeah, that's true, but then they just sit there and you get punished for that.
I don't know what happens.
I can't remember. We looked at it and it wasn't very good, so it was like, well, why would you do that?
Because you don't die.
Well, yeah, but
You don't
you're
get
only
Warlord.
eventually going to die.
Well, yeah, but if you don't get Warlord, or give Warlord away,
Yeah.
tactical choice, right?
Yeah. But yeah.
Did I open the door and then get into and then get into assault straight away?
Because you'd moved up to the door the previous turn.
Yeah, opened it, moved through.
This is where I stayed back, knowing that this was going to happen, and you were only like an inch away from failing it. Like, it was close.
What's the range of those guns?
24.
Yeah, I mean,
but you don't have a 24-inch line down a ZM board.
No, I
and it was a single doorway, so it's not like I'd be able to open that door and get the full force of the shot out.
I think there are little things you could have done in retrospective, like moving them further back. They didn't need to be that close to the door.
2 inches further back.
Like, you could have been further than that. You could have been around the corner. Like,
yeah, true.
Like, you could have been further away. You could have cock blocked that door by standing your assassin in front of it.
I did think about that, and I didn't do it.
Like, knowing that unit is going to go into them.
Yeah.
And a line unit as well.
Yeah.
Not that matters in this game, but you've done that. Like, I do feel like your Mechanicum were quite static.
Yeah, well, and again, the mission kind of lends itself to that a bit. So, and it is hard. Like, you're trying not to look at your army in a vacuum. Going, look, we're writing narrative missions. We're playing narratively.
Yeah.
So, and we're playing the Zone Mortalis, which is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
especially for quite an expensive army like you've got.
Yeah.
I feel like in those in ZM games, in that mission of the ZM game, you either have to sit far enough back and then have weight of fire to stop things getting close to you, or go to the enemy to just so my Blood Angels get infinitely worse if they don't charge.
Yes.
Like, you didn't use any of your cyber powers.
Well, this is the thing. So my 2 Magos with the 2 Thalax squads, I used one on my melters. We didn't actually resolve the feedback. but I did do it once to
Fucking
give them,
cheating all the time.
to give them the +1 BS. But the photon thruster ones that were by the cell, I should have done it my turn in you coming through the door.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it then, and then you were in combat and I was dead.
Yeah.
So it's like you almost have to think about the next, not necessarily even your turn.
Do they have to be? Do they have to be physically with the unit, or can they just be standing?
No,
next to the unit?
you can give the powers to different units.
So maybe that's it. Maybe you don't
Yeah, just not have them attached.
and then they're screening out the model. Because
I mean, doing that would make sense for the movement as well, because Thalax move 10, and Magos move 6.
And also,
so you can't move the you can't move the Thalax 10 inches if you want to keep a Magos with them.
And I can't assault through the Thalax, so it means that you're protecting them.
Yeah,
I
but
have
you
to go
can
through that.
shoot a Magos. So
True.
like if your missile launcher,
Well, does he? Is that rule not in place where you can't target units if they're?
No, that's
like, 40k.
Fuck's sake.
That's like 9th edition, isn't it? I don't even think that's 10th.
No, I think there is one because you can't target. I'll have a look at it, but like I get what you're saying.
Sure.
But he could have been stood around the corner.
Yeah.
Like there are
line of
things
sight to get the buff, but yeah.
What buff?
Like if I want to use a power on them.
Yeah, but he could see them around the corner. Right, that was an L shape. You could have stood around the corner so I couldn't see him and he couldn't be shot at. And just looked at their side armor. Like I think there are ways you could have done it.
Yeah, of course there are. Yeah, it's things like that. Like learning an army while playing a narrative campaign is probably difficult.
Yeah, 100%.
But
also, if I target him, he's got higher toughness than them.
No, same toughness.
Oh, okay.
It's also like all the different types of...
and you get cover for shooting through an enemy unit.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. No, it's a good idea I hadn't thought about, so that's quite cool. That might be something I look to do.
I mean, only in ZM.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point doing it in...
No, because again, a las cannon squad goes, there's a
warlord.
There's a warlord on his own.
Yeah.
I'll shoot him.
Yeah. But like, in ZM, I think it makes sense to basically just tuck it. Especially like, so my... And I'm guessing for your ones as well, your HQs are combat orientated.
Yes.
Like I take a Blade of Perdition. I take a
But the
Predator.
thing is, like the Arch-Magos, who one is slightly better stats, obviously, but has access to Paragon Blades.
Yeah.
The Magos, it's all like regular power.
So this is you taking effectively, not taking high command. This is you taking just
regular command.
Okay.
It's basically like me taking a Centurion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they are, because they have the officer of the line to give me the.
Do you have to take the axes? Because that made you go last.
I would have gone last anyway. They're only initiative 3. There's no initiative boosting.
Can you not have like cyberphages that go cyberphages that make them go higher?
No, it's just intelligence tests.
Can you make a super duper combat orientated one?
No.
Then I don't reckon they're meant to be anywhere near the front line.
Well, they're there to buff units. That's there, and to give you the detachments. That's what they are. They're better tech priests. Is all a Magos.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Which, considering you don't see tech priests as leaders of armies in Marines, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
if it wasn't for the detachment makeup of the way you build lists,
yeah,
I'd have 6 tech priests buffing squads every turn.
What this has definitely made me feel is that I actually really dislike the way they make you build armies in this edition. Like, I think it's overly complicated, and it feels like they've done it to sell books, not because it's actually better.
Interesting.
Like, I get the whole unlocking.
There's an aspect of that. I think I really like it. I'm just finding it really difficult with the way Mechanicum works. Because in Marines, like, bringing in a Centurion, easi, you know? And, like, I didn't really struggle with them. I just didn't struggle with Marine lists very much. It was like, okay, a Centurion, a Champion, and a Praetor. I've now got four detachments to play.
The only thing I would say is the units the armies you do play are quite combat orientated.
The Death Guard aren't. They're mainly shooting.
Okay, maybe the survivability is the thing then. Like you don't play armies very often, which are just sit there passive.
Oh yeah.
And like shoot people before they get to you. Like Death Guard, are fine, but how many games do you actually have with Death Guard?
Well, and the thing with the Death Guard is they can move and shoot.
Yeah.
That's the whole why I want it. And they were different. Like, don't get me wrong, the Mechanicum is a learning curve because it is a different type of play. It's like me deciding I'm not going to play my Space Wolves, and I'm going to try and play an army like Guard or Tau.
What you should do, what you should do is write on your forearm psychic powers.
Yeah.
and just do them. Because I don't think I don't remember you doing the metal one. I don't remember you doing
I did
the
it.
one.
I did it once, but it was only because there was like 2 that could see a couple of guys around the corner.
Yeah.
You know, like the plasmas didn't have a Magos in line of sight to do any powers on them.
But if you can't give them to them in my turn, then you almost need to, especially in ZM, you need to be preempting what I'm doing.
That's where I've messed up today. 100% in our
it's kind of like taking a marine faction and just going, you know what, no, just fuck looking at the special rule for these marines.
Yeah.
Like me never doing the +1 strength on the assault.
Yeah.
No,
like you're handicapping yourself already.
Yeah. And I think that's where.
I don't think you've ever taken them.
You did with me.
What, the cyberthergic rights?
Yeah.
I have done. The problem is again, and this is where Mechanicum is just that little bit more. So I bring Reductor for this round, so which means I can the Magos can buff the Thalax.
Yeah,
because that's my main chunk. There are other powers you can equip them with. They all cost points that can be used on the Ursarax, which aren't Reductor. They're Lacrimerta. And if you've got Cybernetica, you can do Cybernetica powers on your Automata, like Castellax. But then you can't buff your Thalax. And there's no way of, other than taking is it an Apex that gives you more command? I think there's an Apex that can give you more command slots.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
There's no way of getting more command that are a different Cybernetica, Reductor, whatever.
So then
the primary, all the ones in the same detachment have to have the same one.
So do you think you're trying to use too many rather than just focusing on one type of way of playing Mechanicum?
No, because I tried to play one time of Mechanicum with the Reductor. Because there are 3 Thalax squads and 2 Magos. Like, that is one, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
What are other people's lists looks like?
I don't know.
I mean, you could look at...
Yeah. Like, I've looked around and I'm not too dissimilar. There's not 100 different Mechanicum units.
Yeah.
But what I have been noticing is some lists have been like, I'm bringing Cybernetica, so it's Thanatar's, Castellax, like it's only Cybernetica units.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, okay, but we're in ZM, so I can't bring any of those. So I'll try the Reductor.
But you didn't change your list dramatically for when we weren't in ZM, did you?
I want for the
three-way.
I took out one of my Thalax squads. I took out for a Castellax squad.
Right.
So slightly, but again, we're playing 1,500 points.
Yeah.
So it's
always an excuse, Matt.
Yeah. But reasons. You can call them excuses if you want. But yeah, so it is interesting, like trying to balance what were errors, what were just good dice rolls, bad dice rolls. Like it's a mix of things, I think.
Yeah.
But it certainly felt like today in our game that it was just like Blood Angels keep coming, and I'm losing firepower. Like,
what did we count?
You had like
54
models.
Hang on, 5, 10, 20, 30, 6, 40, 43, 53. 53?
That was what, 18?
5, 6, 7.
Well, so I had 26 plus the tech thralls, which deleted on like without doing anything. Obviously, tech thralls are like there's 20 of them, so suddenly I go up to 46. But they are.
So I didn't outnumber the team.
That's what I'm saying. But I think 20 tech thralls and 20 marines is very different.
Yeah, those are different costings.
Yeah. No, not really. How much is 20 tech marines?
200?
Nah, it's more than that.
I don't think it is.
Running them properly.
240.
Wow, what do we consider running them properly is?
Yeah, well,
not just an empty squad.
Yeah, I mean tack.
So 15-man tack squad with chain bayonets, also with a Nuncio Vox, and the sergeant has a bolt, pistol, and chainsword because that's the only way to run it. 190 points.
Yeah, so
for 15 men.
20 tech thralls, 200.
But they're not that good. Like, unless you just never get to fucking use them. Like, they didn't do anything in this turn, so I don't
No.
know what their fire output is.
No.
Like, they always seem to be either die straight away or put too far away to do anything.
No, well, yeah.
Like, they held that objective in the three-way game. They held the objective the entire game,
Yeah, they did.
which is great because they held the objective, but at the same time, they didn't do anything.
No. And 200 points. But it's things like the Thalax, because bringing them with the extra weapons, each Thalax squad's like 200, 220.
But they're not line.
No, you have to have a Magos attached to them to give them line.
So why do you even bring tech thralls?
They're just a massive blob that holds stuff up because they're basically fearless. If you bless them, you can bless them to toughness 6. So then you've got 20 toughness 6 things.
Which you can't do the first turn.
But they've only got... Well, I can't do if you go first. Which is what happened. You went first, came through a door and shot me before I could bulk them up.
The right way.
Because that was the plan.
I went for a door.
They were going to get bulked up. But yeah, they're just like unmovable pain in the arse.
Yeah.
Is the idea of them, and they've got a cool rule called expendable. So you can only get you attack them with say a Vanguard 3 unit, you can only get a point for killing them because they're expendable.
Which in the way that we've been playing hasn't really come into
No, exactly. Yeah, and that's where
Do you have to take 20?
That's the minimum. Yeah,
20 is a lot.
No, maybe 10. No, I think 20 is the minimum.
20 is the minimum. It's 200 points. 20.
Yeah.
With a tech freeze? Still no.
No, it's no.
Just basic.
So you can't buff.
No
them at that
upgrades.
point. No, they don't have any upgrades.
So they've all got las logs. 18-inch range.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see it. Like the only reason I think I'd take them would be home objective holding, just
Yeah,
standing on
I
home
think-
objective.
Interestingly, and I think this is where, it's my Mechanicum's a bit of that and a bit of this and a bit of that, and I think that's where it falls down. I think if you're doing tech thralls and you bring 3 units of them, so you've got 60 across the board that are just being a pain in the arse, like a wall of men, they probably have more of an effect on the game. Whereas like one squad of 20,
I did shoot them with a really good unit.
yeah, you shot them with Angel's Tears with rad, so you drop their toughness. I mean, they were dead at that point.
They were
anyway.
dead, yeah.
And 2 Volkite Serpentas each.
Yeah, which is a few shots.
Yeah, they're built to kill things like that. So it wasn't just bolters.
2 shots, so 20 shots. 20 shots. No, 18 shots. 16 shots. Plus the grenade launchers, which is...
You 16 is... What's the Volkite's? One. So
oh, that's one. 32 shots.
32 Volkite shots and 2 grenade launchers.
2 grenade launchers, which are only 2 5-hour.
Yeah.
Poison 2 up.
But what you're revealing is some good rolls as well.
It was pretty good.
32 shots hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. Somehow killed 16 men.
Did you just roll your saves better?
No, I had a 6-up save.
Oh, yeah, good point. I think that's the problem. I think their save isn't good enough.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, 6-up save.
You
Yeah,
feel no
6-up
pain.
feel no pain, but...
6-up save, 6-up feel no pain is shite.
Yeah. Well, the problem is as well, the 6-up save is not an invul, it's an armor save.
Yeah.
So that gets broken instantly anyway.
They're strength 5. The Volkite
Yeah.
Splinters.
So 4s to wound.
Yeah.
Would have been 5s to wound if I'd been able to bless them. So that's the thing.
Then it became 3s to wound when
Yeah.
I...
But
faced them.
and I think that's where like you say, the powers are such key to that unit because let's say that's a 20-man bolter squad.
What you could have done...
6s to wound.
What you could have done is deployed them in the prison cells.
No, they were outside my deployment.
Oh,
next to the deployment.
you could have gone in. You just surrounded them.
Well, I literally deployed in the hallway. You opened the door and killed me. There was nothing else I could have
Just
done.
flood the prison cells with puddles and be like, come get them.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It was a bit like that. Like you looked at the deployment and I was like, I can either deploy right on the front edge and bring everything to the right of the front. I could sit all the way back. I could hide everything.
yeah.
But then that gives you free movement up to the cells. Or I can try and just be a bit of a wall. Tried to be a bit of a wall in both games. Didn't work out for me.
And then I want to say 300 point unit. How much are they?
The
Then a
Angels
340 point unit came in and removed you. Cool. Well, let's move on to the last game of it, which is our 3-way.
yes, so this was on the surface of the moon. Blood Angels are holding the landing zone that they secured last round.
Yep.
Emperor's Children are pissed off and want it back.
Mhm.
/ want to claim it for the first time.
Yeah.
Can't remember if it was kind of contested, wasn't it? You kind
No.
of met in the middle.
No.
And
there
no,
was
not
contest.
after the game. Before the game, you both met on the surface to claim that land. So it was contested, and you won that fight, meaning the Blood Angels now held it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now the Emperor's Children want to capture it for themselves, giving it a second go, and Talarion's going, "Muhahaha! I can attack when they're not paying attention."
Let's listen to the AI, and that'll explain it as well.
Strategic analysis of the designated landing fields indicates a multi-faction kinetic gridlock. The zone was initially stabilized under 9th Legion control, subsequently encircled by 3rd Legion elements seeking to reclaim the logistical hub. The 3rd Legion initiated the primary offensive vector. Observing the mutual attrition of these Astartes factions, Arch-Magos Talarion identified an optimal counter-offensive window. Talarion mustered our remaining automated cohorts, positioning heavy ordnance to fire from maximum distance directly into the 9th Legion defensive perimeter. Initial long-range calculations yielded high armor attrition metrics. The Blood Angels laser destroyer Vindicator achieved a direct kinetic penetration, neutralizing a 3rd Legion land raider. Concurrently, a 3rd Legion Melta squad successfully compromised a Blood Angels Predator tank, causing catastrophic hull failure. In response to the shifting front line, a heavy infantry wedge of 9th Legion Saturnine Terminators advanced directly upon the 3rd Legion lines. Despite sustained output from both attacking factions, the armor-dense defensive lines of the Blood Angels remained mathematically unbreakable. Neither the high-velocity assault of the Emperor's Children nor the calculated ballistic fusillades of the Mechanicum could force a structural collapse of the 9th Legion perimeter. The engagement reached a critical threshold when a vanguard of Crimson Paladins initiated a high-velocity assault vector toward our frontline Thalax unit, calculating a suboptimal probability of survival in close-quarters combat. Arch-Magos Talarion disengaged from the battlefield interface prior to physical impact. Talarion successfully retreated to the primary control facility. Bypassing standard stellar navigation protocols, he enacted the immediate warp jump sequence for the entire moon asset. The celestial body has safely transitioned through the warp, arriving at its designated coordinates. A world already integrated into active war metrics. Targeting arrays are recalibrating.
Cool. So, I found that really hard. That game really hard.
It was, well, you were right in the center of everything, right?
Yeah.
And so the deployment we went for was the circle in the middle, which I think is an old deployment, or maybe even 40k deployment, where you then circle in the middle.
No, it's a 30k second edition.
And then 12-inch deployment
Either end.
on either end. And typically what you do is you pick one of the ends you used to pick one of the ends, and then you put all your army there. Well, obviously what we did was one person had one end, one person had the other end. I think we did 12-inch deployment with some nice cover to help you, bit of cover to help me.
Yeah.
And what I felt let it down was the fact whomever got to me first was going to take the brunt of my retaliation.
Your whole army, yeah.
Yeah. Which is fine, but at that point we're really close. So all of my weapons that are maybe 24-inch range, which wouldn't be able to do some of your army, were all in range of everything. So I think turn one, I, with my laser Vindicator, destroyed your Land Raider. And then pushed everybody out of that.
Yeah.
I had a couple of Predators that went out and killed some units. And one Predator got murdered turn one with Melta Marines.
Yeah.
So it was very instantaneous pain rather than what typically could have happened. So I had to deploy in the middle because I deployed closer to Matt or I deployed closer to Neil. So I had a building behind me to help me sort of get a bit of cover. But then I think I was more over your way. So I think because you went first, it then meant my retaliation to it was let's all focus on Neil
everything
and worry about Matt later.
Yeah.
Because I actually think you didn't do fuck all for 2 turns.
Well, so the problem was that it came to my turn. I went third out of the three of us. We all rolled off, and that's how it ended up. So by the time it was my turn, Sam had moved away from the centre, more towards Neil, and meeting Neil.
Retaliating.
So was further away. So a lot of my guns were out of range. and the ones that were in range, they did all right. Like I think I blew up one of your rhinos, or I did something to a tank, and moved up. But that was my whole turn.
Yeah.
You know, so it didn't feel like a lot. And then turn 2 was similar. I had a little bit more to do, but because you'd lost a bit more, and Neil was stuck behind this red wall, I didn't have many targets either. So I just kind of quietly scored points. And I started, like, by turn 2, I thought, if I can sneakily grab that middle one from Sam, like just the units on it, then like I'm in a good spot here. I just never quite got up the board. And again, this is the problem with like things like Thalax moving 10 and Magos moving 6. I was vastly held back because I had attached HQs, slowing down that unit advance.
Yeah.
So I felt very kind of out of the game, and I think this is part of the problem of a 3-person game, and with that deployment,
It's always a problem with a 3-way. Someone gets left out.
Someone gets left out.
Yeah. I ended up sitting in the corner,
Sitting in that cook chair.
So yeah, and then eventually,
While you watch me baste Neil.
yeah, that's basically what happened. Yeah. And then you turned round and I was like, okay, I guess it's my turn. It was basically what happened.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Getting the meat stack.
Yeah, like I had the most left on the board at the end of the game easily.
Yeah.
But I just didn't have anything to show for it either.
Yeah.
Like, I had my home objective was very secure. And I was scoring that, but again, I didn't have a high like line unit scoring, so I was constantly trying to keep up with your line unit that was scoring.
Yep.
But Sam was kind of prodding at your home objective. Never quite got there, but was prodding at it.
Yeah.
And we just never got close to the center one.
No.
So it was just kind of a bit of a stalemate. I think it ended up with you two drawing on points, and me technically being 1 point lower. So I was the only loser. Which means I'm, 0-5 in this campaign? Which is fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's not about winning. It's about the story we're telling.
Yeah, I've enjoyed so
Which is
far,
really
it's
easy
been
to say from like a 5-0 guy.
Yeah. Have you won every game?
No, you haven't, because we drew.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Oh, I count that as a victory still.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I won as well then.
Yeah, you can take that win.
Are you 5-0?
No, he's 3 because he's beaten me 3 times technically. Round 2, round
beat
1
you?
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might just retire now. I won.
That's what we were talking about. I can't remember what we were before
My
that
glorious
interruption.
Glorious victories.
Glorious victories.
Yes.
So mission-wise, I think we need to figure out a better way of playing a 3-way. I feel like to make it a bit easier for me being in the middle, and also more engaging for you.
It was a bit of a nothing game. I think that's my only criticism is that like I kind of moved up, shot a few bits, didn't really lose anything.
Sounds like a really easy fucking game for you.
To be fair, what if I had access to everything that the Mechanicum have to offer, like if I had like a Karachnos tank, that's a barrage tank, or I brought a Thanatar.
You could have bought those.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. But like, I chose not to. I basically brought my ZM list outside. It's basically what I did, because they're the units I've got built and some paint on.
Yeah, okay.
You know, so complete choice. I'm not. You know.
Do you have a Karachnos?
No, I don't have any tanks.
Big 3-way's coming.
Yeah.
2,000 point
3-way. I've got 2 Thanatars sitting in the wings for that already.
Let's touch some tips.
And my Domitars. So I see, lots of kind of automata stomping about.
What are you going to bring?
What, for the massive 3K game?
Yeah.
Stuff.
Brilliant. Excellent. Insight as ever.
You know.
I'm gonna bring something big, like a warhound. No, I won't bring warhound. I'm just gonna bring lots of tanks, lots of predators, so many predators. Anyway, I'm bringing loads of predators, lots of flames. I feel like flames are underrated and not enough use.
Yeah, I was looking at that, thinking about what James did to your
everything.
Saturnines.
What James did to make everything. Yeah, so this whole thing about bullshit about how Saturnines are really overpowered.
Yeah.
My Saturnines didn't shoot for the entire game.
Yeah, well, that's because James is good at the game.
Yeah, so if you just got better, then you can stop bitching about my sound.
Yeah.
I mean, if I also had a warhound,
No.
fuck off flame
You can do
template.
that. You can do that with other units.
Yeah, but you gotta get close to do that.
Yeah,
Get close.
It's not as easy.
It is close.
The template is like half the table.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's about that big.
It is
I question your ability to judge distance
Yes.
or size of things.
So,
Hold on.
anyway, let's round out
It's a
this
cocktail sauce,
round.
it's not a Savoy. Carol?
That's what she said.
I was just saying we should round out this round up before
Yeah.
it just turns into nonsense.
Yeah.
So where we left off.
So your character basically fucking scarpered away from the battle.
Yes, you did indeed.
Ran inside and hit the big panic button, which I imagine is a giant red button.
Yeah.
Which then
just says shit.
turned the moon into not a moon, and it's actually a giant ship.
Yes, indeed. So Talarion has suffered great losses and realizes that by being a little separatist hiding in a corner is no longer viable. So now he's gone with his tail between his legs, back trying to find some more Mechanicum to help him out in these to get rid of these two pesky legions that have arrived on his little moon space station that is not a moon. And so we have shot through the warp to everyone's surprise, particularly the legions who have left their battle cruisers elsewhere in space, stuck with what they've got, what they've already landed on the planet. Some things not seen, but most has been fought over.
It's a good thing that I controlled the landing fields.
Yeah.
And we were just able to land the 5th company.
Any and every tank that I wanted.
Any and every tank that I want in this army.
It's
the 5th Army Company. It's fine. They landed first. Weirdly, they were in front of everything else. No support staff. No cooks. No recap.
The beautiful thing is, wherever we end up, there's already Emperor's children there.
Indeed.
True.
Indeed, we have ended up in space where war is already waging down on a planet that seems familiar.
Yep.
We're going to take a quick break and come back with our round out of the episode.
Got big ideas but running low on hobby supplies and kits? Now's the perfect time to stock up! As you do so, why not help us out by using the affiliate link with Element Games? Whether you're painting, building, or creating something totally new, you can support the podcast while getting the desired piece of plastic and much more! Find our links on Discord and the Facebook community safe room. Shop now at Element Games and know you're making a difference! Thank you for your continued support!
As Father Time.
Such a good episode, advert.
There's always one that's like the pinnacle of our adverts, and I feel like it might be that one. But yes, welcome back to the end of the episode. Thank you for listening. I hope you've enjoyed our summary of our narrative campaign and enjoyed just hearing us hang out and chat about what we've been up to. We'd love to hear what you guys are up to in the hobby. If you're going to events, if you're playing games, 40k, Heresy, Necromunda, the whole shebang. So do come and join us on our social media. Come and hang out on our monthly hangouts, on our weekly Wednesday hangouts. All the info you need is in adverts and shared every episode. So by now you should be well versed in what we have going on and be a voice in this community. We'd love to hear what you guys are up to and take part in your hobby life as you take part in ours. A quick reminder, our next hobby hangout, monthly hangout with at least one of the hosts, is on the 28th of June. So last Sunday of the month as normal, and it begins from 8 p.m. Look out for the link for that one. Event news, again, reminder to all those that are coming to the Wrath on Havani Prime event this year that lists are due June the 14th. We look forward to seeing those, reading those, and hopefully not much, if any, tweaks are needed. So next month we will be back with a 40k lore spotlight. So look out for that. But until next time, I've been Matt.
I've been Sam.
And I've been Neil.
And this has been the Adeptus Terra podcast.
Goodbye?
Sure. Why not? Thank you for joining us on the Adeptus Terra podcast as we waged war across the grim darkness of the far future. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow, subscribe and leave a review wherever you're listening. It helps the signal cut through the wall. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram and Discord, where the war never truly ends and the discussion continues long after the last dice are rolled. Until next time, stand firm, trust in your war gear and remember, in the far future, there is only war.